Very nice to meet you, everybody. I am PTC Pat from the Netherlands. I've been working online for some years now. And yeah, I've been given the opportunity to be the host of the Troncase webinar. Like I said, I've been working full-time in crypto for the last years. And if there's one thing I've learned from it, is that we need something decentralized and trustworthy, as we all have been heard. Yeah, we all have been heard plenty of times before. I've been given the opportunity to lead the Zoom and the community of Troncase towards steady daily income and grow a lot as a person and as a marketeer. And yeah, I've been hosting this now for almost 4 weeks. And where 4 weeks ago I was stuttering and shy of the camera, I'm starting to feel better now. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm proud to present my mentor and the person who's guiding me on taking it to the next level. I will give a short introduction about him and talk about some of the things that he achieved. All the 5 companies that Eric has chosen in his 10 years are still operating today. But because of the human factor kicking in and changes from management or owner sides, he had to say goodbye to the companies for the best interest for his network of people. As I'm honored to have found a mentor who is also caring for his people and their profits instead of only thinking about his own wallets and how to fund them. This that makes for me a great step to follow somebody. He's also one of the people that shows you do not need to be among the first to join a project to take over and be the highest earner, as he joined Wellstar, a German company that was existing for 10 years, and in 10 weeks he was the highest earner. Stats like that are awesome to share. So I'm going to present to you now my mentor Eric Nurm, and I'm going to say make you the host and take it away, Eric. You're the host now. I'm gonna go check.
Amazing. And so here we go for the second time of the day, and third time is also upcoming in the next 2 hours exactly. All right, so the next one will be paidintron.com. You only go to that website and you access the webinar directly. So everybody's welcome, and I believe Pat will also be on that call. So now let's get started. Why is Troncase called the next generation smart contract? Is of course because already from the second half of September, they had come out with some of the ideas, and so they looked at all of the failings and the psychological and practical mistakes that the other smart contracts were doing on the market. For the life of me, I have no idea why no smart contract so far has not provided people with some sort of products that they could actually use in connection to simply their contribution into a smart contract whilst they earn a passive income and get a product, right? So this is exactly what will be happening in Troncase, of course, and that's already inside the coming days. All right, so you know, that is news which follows another kind of news, which is now that we are the most we are the network that provides the networkers with the most transparency about your network tree, also about the top performers of the day, and about you know, how much volumes and registrations are on your certain many levels, right? So how many registrations, how many wallets, every single thing you can get out of it, unlimited levels. So nice to see all of you on this particular call. I was slightly maybe running ahead of time right now, but important to note these little differences immediately rather than later, correct? So as I was saying, the real next generation community program, it does really have it all in our opinion. Patrick will be telling you about the double audit reports of Troncase. Second one has been ordered for a very good reason, and of course completed and paid for and done to make sure that there's no backdoor built into this smart contract in any way. And public code on the websites we even have 4 interfaces that people could be using. 2 of them are public. So whenever you see, I mean, of course, the smart contract cannot be hacked, but the interfaces could be hacked, right? Yeah, or pressurized by some kind of hackers and so forth. So, and even in this case, they have come out with 4 interfaces, which are all, on good server space and so forth. So they have thought long and hard about what they do and how they do. Now, transparency is obvious, and obvious even more so in the case of Troncase here, because, I mean, imagine, right? Let's say for a majority of us, right? Maybe George over there, maybe Vyacheslav, maybe the language that the actual blockchain, the smart contract tells us in, is kind of like sizzle tongue, right? It's only the snake language that Harry Potter can speak. But now these tech teams, they have in fact went in there and even kind of made the blockchain fully butt naked in front of us when it comes to checking out what is happening in our structures in the network. All right, so this has all been done, and do consult with your expert advisor about the audit reports if you'd like, of course, but I'm sure they will tell you the same very solid story. Now, high security is something they looked at for many months already, so we don't even need to touch base on it. This is not an overnight phenomenon. And the targets here are that by the fourth quarter of 2021, planning to do 16 billion TRX of turnover and total active contributions of 2 million. Now, even if we do 100 times lesser than that, then of course, we have long before achieved passive incomes which are higher than the 1.5% maximum that we actually accrue inside our first 6 days of being part of this program. So let me explain. Everybody on any given day gets a minimum of 1% per day anyways. Now, if you do come to the system, doesn't matter if it's with 100 TRX, which is $2.7. Actually, no, much more than that right now. Did you see what Tron has done on the market today? It actually rose to 0.44, and even now it's hovering at 0.35. This was 50% rise almost, people. So, okay, so just keep that in mind when I tell you about the percentages, and keep in mind what happens to your percentages if the Tron doubles in price, for example, which sooner or later it just will do, right? So now, maximum deposit is the 4 million. So whichever one you choose, or in between any amount, then you get the 1%, and on the next day 1.1%, the day after 1.2%, and then on the 6th day already you get 1.5%. So that stays at 1.5%. And if you decide to add to this, for example, second contribution, then the second contribution in that case does not start from 1%. It also starts from 1.5% immediately. But if you do decide to withdraw, then you drop back to 1%. And again, in 6 days, you accrue back to 1.5% daily. So now on the right side of this slide, you will see that there's 3 ways for the community to get even higher than the 1.5%. And it might be that the community bonus is the first one we hit, but let's go through all of them. All of them can hit 5 times over, all right? 5 times that amount which has been displayed. So for every 80 million TRX contract balance, then there's a 0.2% rise to the maximum, all right? And to reach 80 million TRX of platform balance, which you can check all the time live on the blockchain, of course, then I guess we'd need to reach around 120 million of turnover. Let me elaborate on that. We definitely have the highest reserve pool for the passive income payouts on the market, which is a clean 72.25% minimum from the total turnover. All right. So in between there is simply the unilevel comp plan and so forth. The actual tech team alongside the amazing online marketing team that doesn't have any positions above or below us, and also is very motivated, then they are really good at what they do, and between them they only share the 8%. Now, every time we hit 80 million times 5, we rise in 0.2%. So that's a 1% maximum. The community bonus is every time we hit 50,000 contributions, and we are already at, I think, 2,300 contributions, close to 5% of that. So we can hit this one also 5 times over, bringing it to of course, an extra 0.5% total. Leader bonus is also interesting, whereas every time we earn 20 million TRX as a referral commission as a community, then 0.1% will be added 5 times over, up until we reach also 100 million TRX. And once we do, then of course it's not game over at all. All right, then it just keeps going. But now, important to note is that very shortly we will have an upcoming percentage from the global turnover, the daily turnover, paid out to the top 10 top performers of the day. All right, and so something to definitely look forward to also. Now, on top of everything, then let me just go into the unilevel, right? So it's very clear and very clean. It's a 15% total, and all the 11 levels are immediately open for you once you do enter. On that note, I would like to go back and say to you that that if you see on the right hand side upper corner 300%, then this only applies to the passive income. All right, 300% is the cap for your passive income. The active income drops straight out of the contract, straight into your external wallet with your own private keys. Anything that happens on your 11 levels, that's immediate. And the other good news is that you're not even forced at the moment of filling 300% of passive income. You're not even forced to upgrade or to recontribute into your passive. I think that was maybe information you did not know before, but you're not obliged to do so. You still have your active incomes accruing. But of course, I believe that by the time we reach 1.6% people, then obviously people can see a huge amount of contract balance that is there to be just pushed out to the people in the form of passive income. So things are simply definitely going to get really crazy at the moment we hit 1.6, 1.8, 1.9, and so on. Now, so we could discuss many kind of strategies perhaps, but the one good strategy is that you go in with 10,000, which turns towards 30,000. You keep the 10, you're already risk-free, and so then you move on with 20,000 towards 60,000. Then you keep the 20,000 as pure profit, and you move on from 40 to 120 already. Let me mention quickly that inside the first 68 days, you have accrued the 100%. If you have withdrawn a couple of times, your passive income is liquidatable all the time, and it's accruing every 4 seconds, more or less. Then if you have withdrawn a couple of times, then probably that time is now around 69, 70 days, all right? So at that particular moment is a good time to reflect on what is the contract balance over there, and do a balanced, nice decision for yourself, either to withdraw and become risk-free, or to recontribute that part and be actually from moment zero in at 300% rewards already in 169 days instead of 201 days. Because normally, if you just put it in and don't touch it. It definitely accrues 201 days to become 300%. Now, that's pure mathematics, people. We go on to a very interesting
One thing,
and
do not forget to mention the top sponsor. That's what's coming in a couple days with the last picture. That's a massive update also. People need to know.
yes, sir. And I did in fact mention the top performers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Done. All right, all good. I really like it that you care so much. So now we have the Troncase chatbot, people, and this is also automatic, able to answer people back. Tens of thousands of inquiries at the same time, 24/7. And so if you don't find, what's your interest on there, then believe you me, admin at troncase.io, they are really waiting for your emails because they don't really receive a lot of mail. It's like the 1970s in United States, right? Like a lonely widow over there and just waiting for your email because nobody sends anything. Sorry, waiting for the regular mail, that is. So now point is that the chatbot is doing exactly also what it's supposed to be doing, nonstop on Telegram. Now, Troncase official channel is one of the announcement channels. Now, Troncase leaders channel is t.me/Troncase, as you can see. Tomorrow, we will be adding to it also paid in Tron, which is for the Americas. And so also, I believe in the next 2 days will be a German channel there and some others. So really looking forward to this one. We have now an accruing of the country managers also in various countries. And so things are happening very fast. I believe that with all due respect and with all due respect for people's efforts, on this great market of smart contracts, I know for a fact that some guys are really, really trying to do their absolute best to create a smart contract which will just run forever, right? And so respect to them, but at the same time, I would like to say that since we got the product launches coming up, since there's full transparency in what you can see in your downlines, since there's 2 more smart contracts being developed with being connected also to profit production, both of them then sending some of their turnover directly to Troncase, that particular pool, then it's like all eyes should be on Troncase today. Honestly, just think about it, right? So I wish you well, and back to you, dear Patrick, who's done an amazing job and who just brought in so much TRX personally in the last few days. All right, take it away.
Of course, my man, great presentation. I bet they will not ask many questions today also, as we bring it as clear as can be. If you make me the host, then I'll show the people how to present. I'll also explain a little bit how the blockchain works, of course, and how you can check our transparency.
That will just take me a second there, and of course, you are now host.
Okay. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked our presentation. Now my part is coming up. As Eric has explained to you how everything works, I'm minimizing the chat a little bit. 1 second. So yeah, of course, how you can see how to work with us. Great to see we crossed the 2350. Where you can see our active members, you can also see our audit report. The first one is from Taylor-Script.in. That's a company that's specialized in checking for backdoors, checking for audits. Let's take you through. This, of course, this is accessible for everybody in the Zoom. If you go to our website, all buttons are directly leading you to the place where you want to be. Taylor-Script.in guarantees the impossibility of exit scam in the Troncase smart contract. They check there is not a possibility for an exit scam. You can check it in your own time, of course. It says additional information. You can scan the QR code. It will take you to a more detailed version. The one I like more is because I like to learn. I learn a lot, and yeah, I did not really know a lot about smart contracts in general, about how they can be attacked and everything. This is our more detailed smart contract audit report. Of course, you can take this through in your own time. It shows a little bit an overview, a disclaimer, what can happen to a smart contract, how can people attack it, how can bad people hurt the contract, and let's say drain the funds. It shows different ways like overflow attack, underflow, short address attack, delegate calls, and of course every attack is a different attack. It shows the solidity language that we have, or writing language, and of course it shows we have no critical vulnerabilities found in the contract. That's a great thing. Always make sure when you join a contract that it's verified and audited. I will show you in a second also. We have no medium vulnerabilities found in the contract. Here you can see the text a little bit explained, and of course what can happen and what we can do to protect it. And of course, if you go a little bit below, you find the summary of the audit. It also says that there's no backdoor to run the funds from the smart contract. Great, everybody understands that now. Let me take you through to the next step. First of all, we need to get some TRX. You can do that with Binance. You can do that with Bitfavo, with Changely. For Nigerians, it's a Roku app. You can do it in many ways. We need to have the Clever wallet or the TronLink app installed. Or for those on the laptop, it's the TronLink Pro extension for Google Chrome. With when we have our TRX on there, we go to our web browser. If you're on the telephone, you see 3 stripes here. When you visit when you get the referral link from your upline, you go to the web browser. You have 3 stripes here. When you press it, it will open up a sub menu: make a deposit, personal wallet, marketing plan. Then we press make a deposit. And of course, some people say, yeah, the minimum is 1,000. No, this is editable. You can just take away a 0. You can place an 8. You can place a 9. It's your party, but you have to make a minimum deposit of 100. And of course, take in account, you have to take a little bit of a transaction fee. So yeah, then we just deposit. You will get a screen. It does not show on my Zoom, but you will get a screen to verify the transaction. As soon as you press that screen, you see success. Check your personal wallet. That's a great update from our tech team. They made it so that we do not have to check, did our transaction work, did it not work. If you have too few TRX in your wallet, it will say revoked, not enough. If you do not press it, it will say, I can show it also. If you revoke it or do not have enough, it will cancel the transaction. You can see it like this: insufficient balance, insufficient energy, or canceled. Okay, that's the one step. Now, after you have deposited, you can go here. And you can see I'm getting what Eric told. I'm getting a current daily profit of 1.5. That's because I got a hold bonus of 0.5. And on top of my basic profit of 1%. I can withdraw about 3,300 TRX. That's, I believe, $75 or something. And I have invested 31,000 TRX. You can find your referral link here. And of course, I'm going to copy this because I'm going to show you a neat trick that's been added 2 days ago. You can copy your referral link here, and when you give this to people, your friends, your fellow online warriors, your referral link commission will directly come into your wallet. And of course, you see here below, Troncase network. This also works on the telephone. You press it, it will open up an extra site, and of course, you will get the chance to enter an address. Oh, that's my home address. Then you enter the address, and it will open up a menu. And you can see here, you'll have a little plus. You can put, of course you can check your leaders. Here you can see I almost bring 2 million to the contract. But if you press the little plus you see downstairs, it will open up a tree. And this tree will show you people who you got and who invested what. You can see this person brought 150,000 TRX. This one did only his own deposit. And if you want to know your people, you can press the plus and it will open up, as you can see, more information about your people. It's a nice tool, especially for those who are really creating leaders. It's an awesome tool to reward those that are working. This is I'm going to show you one more thing about transparency, because I had a couple questions. Can you teach us something about the blockchain? The reason why I work with smart contracts is really simple. I've been working with many companies, and they disappeared or they stopped paying. And while I've been putting in the heart and soul, or company, you can check it here. It's check the contract. If you press it, it will take you directly to our contract address. Just load a little bit. And the great thing about smart contracts is we are open, we are transparent, and we're, as I can see, we're $600 away from 250,000 in the contract dollars. And as you can see, our code is verified. This is the most important thing if you're working with smart contracts. Make sure it's audited, make sure it's verified, that you know your business. As Eric always says, do your own due diligence, I believe. So yeah, this is the part of my presentation. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm gonna mind the chat now. I'm gonna make Eric the host so he can unmute people.
Yes, I would only say to that when you do your own due diligence, then I think you will also notice that, in fact, we are growing at around a pace of close to 100% a week. And the contract is paying out around maybe 10% per week. So indeed, we are doing very healthy growth, so healthy that we were the #2 grower on the planet of Tron blockchain smart contracts yesterday for the last 24 hours with a major growth. I'm not going to tell you who was the first because no, I like them as well. Just kidding. But point is that that you see, once you do your own due diligence, I think you're going to find much more interesting parts of it. And now we can finish this recording. Thank you ever so much for your